have a 42LC7D 42LC7D TV that won't turn on. I'm going to attempt to replace the capacitors. I've already done this once many years ago. This is a very old TV, but they made them really good back then. The only thing that goes bad is the capacitors, which is repairable. I'm going to show you how to do this. First step, I'm going to take the bottom off. This little bottom, so I can free up all the screws that I can get to. It's just going to be easier with it out of the way. All right. And the way you do that is to remove these 4 screws right here. I use a magnet to kind of suck the screw out like that. That actually worked this time. This one's still being stubborn, so I'm gonna have to work on that just a second. Let's give it one more go. Come on. Oh, it sucked it out. Look at that. Yay. All right, that part's done. The next step is to remove the back cover. That's going to be a screw here, one there, 3 on the other side, a couple on the top, a couple along the bottom around here. And I think there may be one right here, and one right there. We'll see if there's any others, but I think that's it. And then the back cover will come off and we'll be able to see the motherboard. All right, 1 second. All right, so there's one final screw. I've gotten every screw out around the exterior and this one right here, but there's a little hidden one. If you see, I don't know if you can see that, right there, there's a hidden screw that was holding it on. And we're gonna take that off now, and then I should be able to remove the back plate. All right, a little ahead of myself, but here is the finished removal of the exterior. And this is the motherboard over here. This is what I'm gonna start releasing. I just released that one and that one and this one. That's this wire here. Now I wanted to take a picture of this because this one went here and this one went here. I just took those out. And then this looks like the power supply. My guess is the capacitor that's gone bad or a fuse that's gone bad is going to be near the power supply, I would suspect. So one of these capacitors here has probably failed. I'm not sure which one, but I'm gonna take it out so I can look at it closer under the light. To be fully transparent, there's a screw here, a screw up there, a screw there, and a screw there. I believe that's it. Maybe there's another one in the interior we're gonna look for once we achieve those 4. So give me a second. Of trying to figure this out, I remember I did fix this TV once before, many years ago, probably over 10 years ago now. We're looking at 10 years. This TV has surpassed 20 years of use. And the only thing that's failed is this little capacitor right there in the center of the screen. And maybe this one on the outside out here, those two, because when I looked at the back side, I'll show you. I was looking for which solder doesn't look like the others because obviously I'm a beginner solderer. And the only 2 that looked so different were these 2. You see those 2 solders that were probably done by me? That is a sabotage job. Also, there were some burn marks. You could see the burn marks right here and there. And I'm thinking that means I may have replaced those as well. So this capacitor and that capacitor, all probably responsible for power and some for turning on the screen. So interesting. You can look back at your old work and still see the reflection of it. So there's the burn marks from my shoddy soldering, but I just don't know if it's going to fix it. We're going to find out. I may have to order these. This looks like the 2 in question is this one here, which is a, well, looks like a, oh man, 200 microfarad 10 volt. And I have a kit here, but I don't think I have a 200 microfarad 10 volt. It's a pretty small kit that I had bought from a prior job, so I probably have to buy another Amazon kit. But these kits are real cheap, you know, they're like $10, $15. So I may see if I can find one is comparable, but most likely I'll just buy a couple capacitors online. But if you can see closely, this metal here, it does have a slight bulge to the metal, and so did those actually. Very slight. So sometimes they're not very visible. Like this one, you can tell is very flat. See, it doesn't reflect the light much. But this one right here, and well, this one definitely has a little bit of bulging on that metallic surface where it reflects the light a little bit differently at certain points. And that one definitely I can see does it, but it may still be okay. But the power supply one is probably this. If I had to guess, if I just replace this one and plug the TV back in, it's gonna work. But we're gonna find out, aren't we? You guys have a good one. Just like that, the motherboard came out with just those 4 screws holding it in on each corner. Now's the fun time, trying to inspect every capacitor to see which one has failed. They usually bulge a little bit, and unfortunately I'm not seeing any apparent bulges right out the gate. That's kind of upsetting. I was hoping it'd be very visual, but as you can see, every single capacitor seems to be fairly intact except for this one. This one does look like the metal's bulged. Interesting. Just ever so slightly, if you can see that one, you see how the metal looks a little more rounded. When they're new, they should look, and this one looks a little rounded too. Come to think of it, a lot of them do. So maybe it's due to just replace every single one to be safe. That is a chore, my good friend, that is a chore, but I don't see anything else we could do. Maybe this fuse right here could be bad too. It's a bus fuse. There's a couple over here. I just don't know. This is not as easy as the last one. Last time I did this, I believe I replaced this one. But who knows? It could be any of these that I replaced. I seem to remember it being 2 small ones, though. So I'm going to look at see if I can find some more information online about which ones are directly responsible for power and or display turn on. Anyway, that's all I have for this video. But it was very easy to access this so far. Just wanted to show that to you guys, how easy it was to get into the motherboard, and usually it is one of these capacitors that is responsible for the problem. Sometimes they will not bulge too, they fail, and you don't know which one, so you just replace as many as you can see and hope that the problem is fixed. And usually it is, in this case, on these TVs from what I've seen online. I figured I'd just post a new video to show you a little more detail on this specific model of television. I'm sweating out here, it's hot. But that's it, thank you. So simply by heating up the connections, I guess, where was it? We'll turn it over here. By heating up the connections right here on the back side, so it'd be right there. You can see a little bit of the old solder. I'll clean it up. There's an empty hole right there you can see right at the center of the screen right now. So my hand's behind it. I'm gonna stick the new one through, and it is polarity matters in this case. So it's a little bit smaller, but I did actually find one that will work because the voltage does need to be higher if you want to be, if you want it to be compatible. Man, that won't focus. Let's see if this will focus here. Right there. Come on, focus. Anyway, it says 220, 16 volts. Let me put it down here. Maybe you can. 220 microfarad. That's the undercase cursive U is micro, and then F is Faraday, so 220 microfarads. The other one was 200 10 volt, so I'm guessing that 220 16 volt will work. I'm going to install this right now in the positive with the negative. So the negative side is this side with the pointing down, and then the other positive is there. On the board it says positive on the left, so I'm going to put that the big one right there and the little one right there. So we have a new capacitor in place. Now we just need to solder it in, and I'm betting that once I replace this one, the job will be done. I don't need to mess with it anymore, but that has yet to be seen. Next video. Okay, so I put in the new capacitor right here. It's much smaller. The newer ones are way smaller. I'm replacing the same one first, and we're going to do a power test. So with replacing this capacitor here, that's all I did. It's the one right next to the big box. Well, there's lots of big boxes, but it's the one on the right. I did the power check. Before it was just a red light and it wouldn't even do anything. And now, as you can see, there's a green light. And if I pick the TV up, you'll see the no signal. Somewhere it says no signal. Anyway, trust me, it's working. It's 100% working. I'll do another video. But that is a successful repair of an LC 42 LC7D computer, flat screen. This was state of the art back in the day, and honestly, it's great because the new ones you can't work on. The new ones, when they break, you cannot fix them. This one, no matter what, this is a workhorse. This is a 2006 or 7 or 8, something like that, TV, and it is still working to this day with a very cheap repair. All right, that's me signing off. Have a great day. I hope you learned something. Bye.